Hello world. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to learn alternating bass with a syncopated melody the quickest way. You're going to get through this in a couple of weeks instead of months. So first of all, the guitar's tuned to open D tuning, which is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. They call it Vestipole tuning. There's Stefan Grossman's got a good video on YouTube about this tuning, this particular song. But I picked this song because you don't have to worry about a chord, because the chord is already there, and it's going to have a super easy melody, pretty easy. And if you follow my little directions that I'm going to show you now, I guarantee you that you'll be playing an alternating bass with perfect timing. You'll be able to play the melody on the beat perfectly, and you'll also be able to play the syncopated melody, the melody that's off the beat, perfectly as well. Now, where do you start? So many people on YouTube are saying they would like you to go pinch a note. Then they say when you get used to that, they would like you to do the offbeat note, which is like this. And the reason why I didn't detune the guitar in front of you was because it takes about 10 minutes for the guitar to settle in, and that means I'd be tuning the guitar through the whole lesson, and I think that wouldn't be fair. So just go to Stefan Grossman and he'll actually be able to teach you this particular tuning. And it actually makes the guitar ring as well, and also the tension on the strings is a lot less. Now this guitar is a parlor guitar, as you see, and my 12th fret actually touches the body. So if you've got a dreadnought, your 12th fret will be 2 frets up because you'll have a 14 fret neck. Okay, how are you supposed to learn an alternating bass? That's one timing. The second timing is hitting the melody when the bass string hits, and the other timing is the syncopated timing, when the melody falls when there's no bass. So when my thumb's in the air, there'll be a melody note. Now you're expected to do alternating bass, play the melody on time, and also play the melody off time. And I think that is just too much to ask for someone who's just learning the guitar or someone who's just learning to fingerpick. I didn't learn this style. I don't actually play the style. I didn't learn this style the way Don Ross teaches it, which is like that. I actually thought it would be better to train my thumb first against a metronome and do many thousand repetitions with my thumb first to train a timing circuit up here. I don't think it's muscle memory. I think it actually comes from a clock, and this clock is in your mind. If you can create a clock first, then add a on the beat time melody. Once you get comfortable with the on the beat time melody, then you can add the off the beat time melody. So all you need to do is just download a metronome from YouTube like this. Just like that one. Now it's set at 4/4 timing, 200 beats per minute, but the most important thing is the time, the counter. If you can actually keep track of how many times your thumb hits the string, and set yourself a target of 2,000 to 5,000 repetitions per sitting. Wait a couple of days so your brain gets used to what you've done. Do this repetition 2,000 to 5,000 times again with the metronome. If you keep doing that, once you get to 20,000 or 50,000, it doesn't take long. It's better than doing this for 6 months and seeing what happens. Like, that's silly. I would never show anybody that. Some things will happen. You'll develop a clock in your mind. You'll get perfect timing with your thumb, which is the most important part of this particular style, is a rock solid bass rhythm. If you can develop a rock solid bass rhythm, applying a on the beat melody or a syncopated melody won't interrupt your thumb. And it beats trying to do this when you're learning. So this is what you have to do. Play the metronome and play your guitar against the metronome like this. No melody. Just like that, no melody. Do your 50,000 repetitions, whatever you decide that you think you've hit that you need to get to. Then you can start adding the melody. So you can actually apply the pinch technique now. On time. And when you get used to doing the pinch melody on time, then you can start doing the pinch part off the beat. Now when this melody falls, it's going to be landing when my thumb is in the air. And you'll see it. That is a syncopated timing. The melody is falling when the thumb is in the air. So we can take Vestipol as an example of a pretty easy song. Teaching the song, I'm teaching the bass. If you go to Stefan Grossman, he's got a pretty good lesson on the tuning and this melody. So apply the melody on the beat first like this. Once you get used to applying the melody on the beat, you can start listening to the song many times, 50 times, until that song is stuck in your head, and then you can actually apply that melody syncopated. And it's a lot easier when you have a rock solid thumb after doing 50,000 repetitions with Mr. Perfect over here. So you can start doing this. Practice that really simple melody which is on one string until you learn it, and once you're comfortable with the melody and you're able to syncopate it, then you can bring the song up to pace. So YouTube, I hope that you can really understand that metronome training is more important first than it is to apply any form of on-the-beat melody or syncopated melody. And I'm sure Tommy Emmanuel would approve this lesson, because Tommy Emmanuel is one of the only guitar teachers on YouTube that talks about metronomes. And if you use a metronome in the beginning, not only will you have perfect timing, you'll sound great with every other song that you can play. So I hope this helps everybody at YouTube. I really do think you should take this serious. I would never ever tell someone to do that pinch method without actually training that thumb with a whole bunch of repetition in the beginning with Mr. Perfect. So I hope this actually helps somebody out there, and if you like it, leave a comment or a like. Thank you, YouTube. Take care.